This lesson is going to be all on forms. And what forms are they're basically just inputs that allow content to be transferred over to a server to where it can be stored and be used for later purposes. Forms. Imagine like you're going to your Facebook account, right? And whenever you go to that Facebook homepage, you have to type in your email and that password to log into your personal account. So, but that email that you type in or that phone number and then that password that goes with it, well, those are forms. And creating these, they're not very difficult. And we're just going to go into the basics of creating them. So just to go ahead and dive into it, what we're going to create right now is a basic text input form. And how you can do this is let's see where we want to put it. Which one seems lonely? This random thoughts dude. Alright, let's go down here to random thoughts. Let's see where this unordered list. Let's do it. Let's just do it right after the image. So right up here, right before the unordered list, and how you're going to create a form. And say it's a form that you need somebody to type their email, just like is in Facebook. How you would do this is first you would type form, right? And then with form you need to have an end tag with it. And then inside of form, what you're first going to put is what you want the user to put in. So say if you want to put their email, you type email, and then you put like a colon there to direct them to the box. But then after that, what you're going to do is you want to put input, just like that. So you want to put input, and then you're going to need to have a type, and this type is going to be text, not like that, text, just like that. And then with that text, it needs to have a name. So with that name, and this name it's kind of like you're IDing it. It's kind of like your driver's license. Or your birth certificate. It gives that piece of code. Its ID. So with that, you're gonna put name and so name. And then you put like user ID. Alright, so we have that. And then so whenever we go back to our code, we should have a text box. And see right there. See, we put in the email. We typed in the email. And then now you could put what is one of my many emails. Well, this Leanacode is just Leanacode. That's pretty cool that I got that domain. learnacode@gmail.com. Okay, it's like, oh, okay, I put my email in there, but, now what? There should probably be something right here. And you're right, there should, and there needs to be a submit box with that. So say you're wanting to, this was your page, and then you needed people to, you needed to get people's emails, basic and simple. So whenever they put their email in there, then this submit box that we're about to put in would email it to you. So, and how you do a submit box is you have to, or let's space this out. Let's go down one more line. And then how you do this is you're not gonna need to type any it just as we put email here to show the user of like what they're doing. Well, with this you don't need to do that. You just put input as well, or there we go, input, and then but for the type we're going to put submit, just like that. So now that we have this submit, see now we're going to have a value, and this value is the text that's going to be on this submit button. And so what we could do is just put I don't know, like send. We put send there, and then we just end that input. All right. So scroll back down, and then whoa, there it is. So then bam, you just type in your email, at Gmail. That'd be a terrible email to have. So, and then you have this in, and then it's not linked to anything right now, so it just resets. So, but say you were wanting to link something to this send, you would have to put an action within inside of the form, and then how you do that, and you just come in here and you put action, and this is what the submit bar is going to go into, and then it's and then you would just put you could either put like the email or you could put like a site, but we're not going to go into that right now. So as you see, you have that, and then but there are different other types of forms. There's also buttons. You're like, oh, what buttons? Yeah, there's radio buttons, which are just whenever you click on them, it's just it just has that like highlighted, or like within inside the circle has like the black button whenever you select it. And then they have checkbox buttons, and they have or checkboxes, and it's just whenever you click on the checkbox, you know, it checks. So, and then how you do the checkbox, which one do we want to do? Which one do we want to do? Let's just go into the very top div that we created, and where we want to put it. Okay, let's just put it right after that H1, if I can find it. Where are you at, H1? There it is. Alright. Right after the H1, to do a checkbox, you're going to have to put a another form in. So you put form, and then right after that, and then inside that form, you're going to need to put in another input. So, I-N-P-U-T, input. And just as we put a type down here, and then we put a text for that type for the email, you're going to also have to put a type right here, and then you're going to have to put checkbox. Just like that. Typed in the checkbox. And then with this, and do you remember how we put a value for the send, as in for the submit bar, the submit button? So we could put a value for the checkbox as well. And how you do this is you put value as the same, and then you could put I don't know, you just put I don't know, money. I know I really have to break away from doing this random stuff. And then, but even after that, you can put something. You can put let me put this back. You can put this like I just put $sign. Yeah. So and then you got your $signs. So if you like money, click the box. All right. Where's my $1 million? So okay, but what? Where is it at? Okay. Value. The value of money is money. Okay, but this is what the user that comes to your site, this is what he's going to be seeing. It's kind of just like the if I can find it where we put it, just like the email. Just like that email, we put it in the the $sign right there. So, and I don't know, say like you want to put it in another one, it's the same ordeal. So you just put type, and then checkbox, and then you could put a value, but I'm not going to. And then for what you want the person to see, I don't know. If you don't like money, then you must like change. If I can find the change sign. Where in the world is it at on the keyboard? Well, I don't know. Let's just be, if you like dramatic stuff, put the exclamation marks. Alright. So if you like money, and you like being dramatic, yeah, like both. But then you don't. So, but that is a form of a checkbox, and then down here this is it's an input, a text input with a submit input. And remember, these forms are made to send data to a server which is stored. And just one more thing I want to go over, and this is something that I used in the Leanacode site. And whenever you go to the editors, and then whenever you type in that code for the editor, and then but what you're typing in, that's it's called a text frame or not text frame, a text area. And what a text area, imagine it as just a bigger one of these. And how you create a text area, where do you want to put it? Let's put it in this, the most scariest monsters. So how we do this is we go into that second div, it's down here, and then after that unordered list, let's put in a text area. And a text area, like just as I used it in the Learnacode site, they're very effective. I love those things. But what you can do for text area, this is exactly how you create one. So you put text area, but with the text area, you need to have that end tag with it. Okay, and then whenever you go back, it'll have that text area. But as you see, as in mine, it looks a lot different than that, and you can customize these. And how you do that is, well, one, you can put a style element with that text area. So you put a style, and if you wanted to change like the background, and you wanted to, let's change the background color. Alright, if you wanted to change the background color and you wanted to change it to like brown, or I would put in a hex color brown. Yeah, let's just go with brown. Alright, so, and then there's that brown. It kind of looks kind of burgundy to me though. But yeah, you still customized your text area. And then I know another thing that I did, and where's the end of brown? Okay. A thing that I did with the one with Learnacode is I changed the font, and so whenever you're putting in your code for into that text area to update it in the display, how I did it is I put font, and then I put like the family, and then I can't remember what font I used. I don't like Arial. I guess we use Georgia. I'm from Georgia. So, and then with Georgia, what's another one I'd use? Oh yeah, and then with the font size. And then I made it large. I believe so. Okay, so, but whenever you go back to this this text area, it's gonna, whatever you put in, it's gonna be much bigger, and it's gonna look a lot different. See, so you can definitely tell that it was this is a whole lot bigger than what we were just doing. So, so you can definitely style these text areas to the way that you want. But then what if you wanted to make these bigger? Well, you can put within your side or style, you can put a width, and you can also put a height. And so with width, I don't know, say we wanted to make it like you could put it like as like 50%. 50% of the current web page, or the current div that it's in. And then you can put the height at like I don't know, 500 pixels. Okay? So whenever we go back to this, it's going to go to the 50. Whoa, that thing got huge. See, it's going 50% right here down the middle of the div that it's in right here. So you can definitely style, and you could change the height, and then let's just make this thing extra large. I think it's very large. No, let's just keep it at no. Oh yeah, we could put it as 34 pixels. Make this thing way bigger. So whenever we put in text, it's going to be a lot bigger. So you can definitely see it now. See, so this is just some basic tutorials into like the different forms. And remember, forms, you're sending information out to the server, and and they're really cool. They're really effective to use. I mean, like I said, I use the text area a lot in the Leanacode, and then say like you want to just get other people emails and allow that to send out to you. They're really good to use, and they're really prominently used inside web design and web development. So, but this I sorry to end it all, but this is the last lesson. I don't know if I said that in the beginning. So, but man, what I want you to do, what I want you to do is I do want you to create a checkbox form. This does not have to be inside of the top div or the middle. You could put it anywhere you want. If you want to put it right above that picture that I did, you can. And then just make sure that whenever you go back and whenever you display the page that they work, so you can like mess with them, like click them 1,000 times. So but remember how you do it. The types that or the whenever you create that input, the type that you use, they're different from like the text or the submit. So create the checkbox, and then I do want you to create the the email one. You can put it doesn't have to say email. You can put whatever. You don't even have to really even put that. And then just make sure that it is a text type. The type is text. And then with the submit, I want you to have a submit with the text the text input. And then finally, to finish it all off, put in a text area, and you can put that wherever you like. You can even change it. Feel free to change it up. Even put like a color for the text, or align the text inside the center of the text area. Just take it upon your own self to branch off. To explore the new things that you've learned and even go beyond. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to create that text area along with the checkbox and the input type, the input text, and the submit. So do that, and we'll keep on continuing these.